Yeah, this is Paul. Yeah, I'm just walking back from the hospital and I got to thinking about all those construction companies on the lizard grid. You know, flatulence can have a lot of different substances in it. You know, I had noticed a woman that had spilled some fuel when she was fueling her car, and I went in and I was talking to one of the cashiers, and she said, "Oh, she's in such great shape." And I thought, no, her ass is fat. You know, there's certain types of fat when you think about it, right? That somebody can look like they are in just great shape. I mean, double D's on the front side, super fit, but then I watched her bend over and her ass was actually fat. It's almost like she can move her butt to her breast or her breast to her butt. Now, to be able to inflate and deflate the buttocks or the breasts requires certain types of substances. Let's say you're working in construction, one of these big contractors. You're on the lizard grid and you're looking all strong because you're inflated. Oh, spacesuits. You know, I saw a guy once inflate his brain. Well, it looked like his brains, but actually, I mean, his whole head. You ever seen Jekyll and Hyde? You know that show where there's that ship, and then there's this guy that drinks the substance, and he goes all Hulk looking. Yes, that's what happened. I know him. You win, okay? You win. As we go through all the employees of every contractor of the city, county, state, and federal government that's received any funds from the treasuries of the respective forms of government in the world. When a woman bends over to wipe up a large amount of gas that's supposedly in such great shape, I'm thinking she might have been a mermaid. Now I've been married. In fact, I'm trying to get divorced, and I've actually used these hands to feel the breasts of other women. Yeah, before I was married. In fact, I was a eunuch. I was a celibate for 10 years before I got married. But before I made that commitment, it wasn't really sinful. At least it didn't feel sinful. It kind of. There was one woman when I was living in Denmark, and it was a dark time for me. I was drinking a lot. And she had the softest breast. And I thought, you know what? I don't want to have sex with you. I guess that was my problem. As good as a woman might look, if I'm really not in love with her, I don't really care. I won't have sex with them. So that kept me out of a lot of trouble for a long time. But let's say you have a really nice car and you look all fit and your ass cheeks are fat and your your breasts are inflatable and quite possibly you're a fish. Now, I mentioned to the cashier I think she was huffing gas, to tell you the truth. You know, when you work in construction, they use a lot of fuels, a lot of heavy equipment, exhaust, types of fumes that have metals in them. Yeah. Let's say you're on the Lizard electric grid and you got a spacesuit on because you can inflate yourself, right? And you're running the electricity through all the metal that's in your body because you've been huffing gas and you've been huffing exhaust. I want to make sure that every employee of every contractor is actually a real person. We wouldn't want any, well, space-suited giant dogs working in contracting. If a woman can move her breasts to her buttocks, what can a man move? I'm glad you asked that.